All right. In this video, we're going to determine if the given values make one variable, one-step equations, or inequalities true. So, looking at this, which equation has a solution of k equals 6.5? So on this, we're gonna, unfortunately, requires a little bit of work. We're gonna have to solve each of these inequalities to figure out which one would give us a positive 6.5. Let's start with f. So I have negative 3k equals 19.5. Well, I need to isolate the variable, solving for k. I'm multiplying by negative 3. What is the inverse of multiplying by negative 3? Dividing by negative 3. Whatever you do to the left side, you do the right side. Now, without even continuing on, right now this on the left side cancels out, because negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1, and 1 times k is k. But on the right side, 19.5 divided by negative 3, I know a positive divided by a negative is going to give me a negative quotient. But look at what I'm trying to get. That 6.5 is positive, so I know it can't be f. Because again, a positive divided by a negative is a negative, so it can't be f. All right, let's go to g. Negative 1 plus k equals 7.5. Negative 1 plus k equals 7.5. So, isolating the variable, I'm adding negative 1. What's the opposite of adding negative 1? Adding a positive 1. Because they cancel out. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Whatever you do to the left side, you do to the right side. Always line up the place value. That gives me k equals 8.5. Well, that's kind of close, I guess. But that's not the same thing as 6.5. So it's not G. All right, let's look at H. Negative 7k equals 45.5. Oh, that's not a 5, I don't think. All right, and they're both negative. So isolating the variable, I'm multiplying by negative 7, the inverse, dividing by negative 7, cancels out, because negative 7 divided by negative 7 is a positive 1. Whatever you do to the left side, you do to the right side. So I know a negative divided by negative is a positive. So let's see what 45 divided by 7 is. 6 is 42, 3, decimal, bring down the 5. Oh my gosh, it is, in fact, 6.5 or 6 5/10. So our answer is H, because if I plugged in a positive 6.5 into this equation, 6.5 times negative 7, a positive times a negative, is a negative, works out, and 6.5 times 7 is 45.5, so our answer is H. But, I'm old, I make mistakes. Let's just go ahead and check J really fast, just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. Negative 2 plus k is negative 8.5. I'm adding a negative 2. What's the opposite or inverse of adding a negative 2? Adding a positive 2. Zeroes out. Whatever you do to the left side, do to the right side. Again, when you're adding or subtracting with decimals, always line up the place value. Negative 8.5 plus 2 gives you negative 6.5, negative 6 5/10. Again, we have a 6 and a 5, but one's positive, one's negative, so it's definitely not J. So again, H was our answer. Next problem. Which model shows two equal expressions when the value of x is 4? All right. Let's look at A. So first I have 4x equals 4. Now if I plug in 4 to this one, 4, now let me backtrack. Why is it 4x? Because it's 4 times x, because I have 4 x's. Now if I substitute a 4 in here, I don't believe 4 times 4 equals 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 doesn't exactly equal 4, so it couldn't be A. Let's look at B. And I don't have a really good feeling about this either. So I have 4x equals 1. Plug in your 4 for your x. And so this statement is saying 4 times 4 equals 1. Not on most days, so no, it can't be B. All right, let's see about C. So I have x plus 2 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plug in 4. 4 plus 2 equals 5. Well, 4 plus 2 equals something close to 5, 6. But 6 is not the same thing. It has to be equal. So it can't be that. It can't be C. So let's really hope it's D. Let's see. We have 2x equals 1, 2, 3, 4 in two groups, so it's 8. 2 times 4. Does 2 times 4 equal 8? Hey, winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, the answer is D. So again, I just had to match the model to the equation. So the only one that worked, when I plugged in 4, when it has that equal statement, it's a statement, and it must be true. So the only one it could have been was D as in dog. All right, on our next problem, which equation has a solution of 2/3 for n? Now, when we look at solution, that means an answer of 2/3 for n. So again, we're going to need to solve each of these and figure out which one, once we've solved it, would actually give us a solution of 2/3. So I'll start with A. So we have n minus 1 equals 1/3. So we are subtracting 1. We need to isolate the n. We're subtracting 1. The inverse of subtracting 1 is adding 1 because those zero out. And then in the equation, whatever you do to the left side, that's right, you do to the right side. We're going to add 1. And so n equals 1/3 plus 1 is 1 1/3. Or 4/3. 1 1/3 is equivalent to 4/3. Now 4/3 is not the same thing as 2/3. So I don't believe it's A. Cross out that one. Let's look at B. 16n equals 24. So isolating the n, I'm multiplying by 16. The inverse of multiplying by 16 is dividing by 16. And 16 divided by 16 is 1. 1 times n is n. So that gets rid of the coefficient, the number in front of the variable. Of course, whatever I do to the left side, I do to the right side. And then 24 divided by 16 is, let's divide it by 8 over 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So that's n equals 3 over 2, which is the reciprocal, the flipping of 2 over 3, but it's not the same thing. So it's not B. And get rid of this. Let's see if it is C. So I have 15n equals 10. I'm multiplying by 15. The inverse multiplying by 15 is dividing by 15. Cancels out because 15 divided by 15 is 1, and 1 times n is n. Whatever you do to the left side, you do to the right side. So let's simplify this. 5 will go into both of them. So n equals 10 divided by 5 is 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Our answer is C. But again, let's just check D to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. So we have 1 1/3 plus n equals 3. And I'm just going to go ahead and write that 4/3 plus n equals 3. So I am adding a positive 4/3. The opposite of adding positive 4/3 is adding a negative 4/3. Zeroes out. Whatever you do to the left side, you do to the right side. Now 3, I can write 3. I could also write 9 over 3. Why is 9 over 3 equivalent to 3? Because 9 divided by 3 is in fact a 3. I had to find the common denominator. And then 9 over 3 minus 4/3 is 5/3, which again is not the same thing as 2/3. So again, our answer was C. All right, one more problem. Which inequality is true when x equals 4? So what they're asking us to do is, on each of these are statements. But for it to be a statement, it needs to be true. I can't say the earth is flat. I can say it, but it's not a true statement, so I don't need to say it. On each of these mathematical statements, I'm going to plug in 4 and then determine whether or not, when I plug in 4 into each answer, if the statement is true. So let's start with A. So negative 25 times 4 is greater than 100. So negative 25 times 4 is negative 100. So this statement is saying negative 100 is greater than 100. Yeah, I don't think so. So it's not A. Let's try B. Negative 25, I don't have a really good feeling about this one, is greater than or equal to 100. Negative 25 times 4 is negative 100. And so we have to ask, is negative 100 equal to 100? No. Is negative 100 greater than 100? No. Can't be B. All right. Let's try C. Hopefully we'll have better luck on this one. So we got 25 times 4 is less than 100. All right, here we go. 25 times 4 is 100, less than 100. So this statement is saying 100 is less than 100, which no, I don't think so. 100 is equal to 100. It is definitely, 100 is not less than 100. That doesn't make sense at all. All right, let's hope that D is correct, so let's see. So 25 times 4 is less than or equal to 100. So 25 times 4, 100, less than or equal. Now, when it has a less than or equal, only one of those statements needs to be true. Okay, it can't be less than and equal at the same time. It only has to be one of them. So let's see if it's true. Is 100 less than 100? No. So that's not necessarily true. But is 100 equal? This line right here means equal. Is 100 equal to 100? Well, as a matter of fact, it is. So that would be our answer. Again, it only had to comply with one of them. Only one of the statements had to be true. Is 100 less than 100? No. But is 100 equal to 100? Yes. Therefore, that statement is true, and so D is my answer. So hopefully going over this video and looking at these questions, it's made sense. If you need additional help, feel free to email me. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.